Hello everybody, it's Rabid here. Sorry for there hasn't been a video for a while, holidays and other stuff and all that. So here we are, I'm going to try and get back into the swing of things. Today I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 5 Online, or GTA Online as it's called. Just running through a single player mission here. Sorry for no music, don't want to be getting flagged for copyright infringements and crap that is so common these days in games. As usual, sorry for background noise, even though it is 2:30 AM here. It's quite warm, so yeah, apologies in advance for that. Hopefully it won't pick up. This microphone should be alright. So yeah, less of a review today and more of a bit of a rant mixed in with a let's play. Part of the reason that I'm online and playing a single player game is because GTA Online, or GTA 5 in general, is a pretty damn good game. I mean, here we are, 2015 game, a game that got released a few years ago on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, and it still looks damn amazing. I've got a new monitor today, so yeah, it's looking even better. Thank you, warranties. Old monitor blue. And so I went and swapped it. They didn't have my old model in stock, so they gave me this new one that I thought would be shittier, and it's actually turned out to be much better, even though it's made by the same manufacturer, Acer. Anyway, so Rabid, what are you going to rant about? Well, as I was saying, this game looks gorgeous, it plays great, and it's a hell of a lot of fun with friends, but unfortunately, it suffers from a huge amount of problems. And it is mostly, is it fun? And it is fun with the right people, but unfortunately, lately, well not lately, this is a problem going back since the 360, is there's a couple of faults with the game. Number one is, everybody knows about shark cards, and this is basically what I want to go over, is essentially two forms of cheating. First of all is probably one that people won't think of cheating, but it is shark cards. Now, why is this cheating? Because like any game, it's pay to win. And people might think, oh, but this is Grand Theft Auto, you don't get any advantage by buying cosmetics and things. And no, honestly, that's a load of crap. I mean, it's basically the same for any game out there that has any sort of microtransactions. I mean, I want a tank, I've got to grind for the money for the tank. Because I don't believe in these transactions. You're getting people with virtually no skills, and they can, order in a new jet. And when they do, they just sit there and, when you fight them on the ground, these folks, you absolutely rape them. They run away. They've got zero skills, even when they're using the auto aim on a controller. As I am now, but I'm in a single player mission and I'm doing a video at the same time. So yeah, that's my excuse. When I'm playing online, normally I will use a keyboard and mouse and keep the controller for actual driving and shooting. And it's just really sucks when you have a game with a gameplay and it feels like it defeats the purpose for me if you're going to, essentially cheat your way through it. I had the same problem with Battlefield 3. That's when I really went off the Battlefield series. It was introduced much earlier, but you could say, oh, screw this, I'm level 1. I shouldn't have to grind to level 100 to unlock everything. I will drop money on the game and unlock everything. No skill required, so even though you could be a very good player and work really hard to get what you wanted, you were still pretty much screwed. Because some level 1 would come along and without even playing the game, he would be all, oh, look at me, I got everything. I got money to waste, got mum and dad's credit card, or I got disposable income. And instead of actually playing the game, I would just go and buy everything. And you get wrecked by some guy because he's got, the tank maxed out, can do huge damage and stuff like that, and hasn't earned it. And I really view it as cheating. And as we've seen it go, Rockstar, in the game, the prices are absolutely ridiculous. I think this car's cheaper now, but when I first bought it, it was like $1 million in game currency, and it took you a while. It wasn't so bad to begin with on the 360, but then we were making money and things, grinder missions and stuff, but the payouts were fairly good. But then Rockstar was like, wait, hang on a second, if people are making money, they're not buying our shark cards. So they started nerfing missions, so you would not get as much of a payout on them. And it seemed a bit bullshit. I mean, here's a game that on launch made $1 billion. And, I mean, in the old days, if a game company made $1 billion, you know, they'd be like, holy crap, here's some free DLC. id Software is a good example of this. They didn't make $1 billion on any of their games back in the day. But, say, Quake 2, for example, you paid a lot of money for the game, and as a thank you, companies like id Software, or even with Unreal Tournament 99, they were, you spend a lot of money on your PC game, we've got rich off of it. Here's some free content as a way of saying thanks, and now it's all DLC and microtransactions, and it just encourages, I guess, bad gameplay and behaviour. And the problem is these people come in, they wreck the game for, you know, legitimate players, and as is the case, a lot of them, it's the same as using cheats and hacks, they get bored with the game, they've done everything, and it's not just this game. I mean, you know, if you play something like StarMade, for example, you see people that find ways to glitch in all the resources they need, and then, oops, better get some health. And then they will sit there and, yeah, get bored with the game and throw it in, and it can kill off a player base, because not only have they quit and they're no longer playing, and the company's made a short-term bit of money off of them, but they also, oops, don't want that. But yeah, then they also ruin the game for legitimate players who quit. And, you know, if you're not playing a game and it's no fun, you're not going to buy all the DLCs and things. But for some reason, Grand Theft Auto has hit the golden goose, because there are plenty of people that will keep buying stuff long after you know, novelty's worn off. They bring out free DLC and people go, oh, they bring out free DLC, you know, they've got to make some money and stuff. And it's like, well, sort of fair enough. But when they've made several $1 billion already, and then they re-release the game a couple of years later, yes, with nicer graphics, shoot me there. Yeah, they bring out the game, and it's nicer graphics, and, you know, not overly nice. I mean, look at that ground texture, but yeah, vehicle models. Oh shit. Please don't blow stuff up. What the hell is all that blue crap? Oh, that's a light on the ground. I was like, holy shit, what is that glitch? But yeah. Once, you know, they bring out a car, and now in real life, you know, you buy a car, you know, even a Ferrari, you might pay up to $1 million for a top-of-the-line sports car. And here you were seeing like irregular, everyday muscle cars that you'd maybe pay $50,000 for, you know, close to $1 million. And so people are like, oh my god, that's going to take me a long time to grind. I better goddamn buy a shark card. And so, yeah, that's one big annoyance. It's really, to me, it feels like cheating. And unfortunately, the company's not going to do a lot about it because, yeah, they're making too much money off of it. Oh, there's a guy out there. Okay, got him. See you, motherfucker. But yeah, it's annoying. You know, seeing these people being able to jump straight to buying jets, and I mean, a jet is a new weapon. They're OP as fuck. They're heavily armoured, explosive rounds, so you don't even have to be a good pilot to use them. And it really does, honestly, yeah, screw over legit players. And it ruins the fun. We'll be sitting there having a good old session in the game, me and my friends, and be enjoying ourselves. And then these, you know, people, shark cards, you know, as soon as a new car comes out, and it, to some degree it wasn't so bad, but then recently they have been bringing out these fun cars, the sort of stuff you'd expect from Saints Row. You're getting, there's like a zombie apocalypse car, and it's just so unrealistic, the amount of, the way that it knocks cars flying around as if they're paper. Not only that, it's heavily armoured, and it has quite a few. It has a plough on the front, and apart from having a big turret and being armoured, it has a turret that pushes cars away like they're paper, as if they have zero in the way of mass. God damn it! I hate it when they spawn and it doesn't tell you that they're spawning. probably don't need to eat food at this point, but let's play it safe. So, yeah. They got like a Knight Rider based car, and I can't remember what the name of it is, but it basically makes it even sound like, oh, here's a new griefing car, and oh, here we go, you're not going to be able to move the semi, huzzah. Actually, probably screwed it for me, but let's see what we can do. And it's getting a little bit ridiculous, but these cars come out, and even then, the people are like, oh, it's worth a few $1 million, I don't want to work for that, so let's get a shark car. And for the players that are grinding away, that can't waste shitloads of money on this, I mean, hell, I've already bought this game twice, once on Xbox, I think. It doesn't seem sort of legit to, oh, screw it, let's go for oh my god. And I failed, what a surprise. Yeah, and it's just, I think one of those things where it's not fair. Everybody in a game should be playing by the same rules and on even ground. But you can almost deal with that, even if they're sort of cheaty and glitchy, you're sort of like, I can live with that. Oh shit. Let's go replay. Oops, almost missed the quick restart. You can sort of live with it because, even if they've cheated the car in, you can still rocket launcher and stuff like that. But then that brings us to the real problem with the game, and that is modders. Now, this is going to be one of my long-winded rants here. Sorry if I'm droning on. But hey, hit the pause button, press stop, whatever, go away if this is annoying you. Lately, though, my games and my friends' games have been getting ruined by full-blown modders. And these are people that are hacking things into the game, God mode, fire shitloads of missiles out of nowhere, drop money on people. And the problem is, if they drop money on you, you can at risk of being punished yourself. So I've had modders dropping money on me. And what that means is I can't spend any of my regular legit money because there's a chance I'll spend the modded money or bank the modded money, and I myself will get a ban from Rockstar or anybody else this happens to. These people will teleport you to the top of a mountain, drop money on you, attach things to you. If you change to another server, then you'll still have that modded stuff on you. Like one guy attached a safe door that makes you fall over when you try walking to everybody's heads. Started dropping money on people. And I quit, changed the server, safe's still on me. And then I have to wait for Rockstar to remove that money. Because if I so much as touch it, number one, I run a risk of being banned. And if I complain about it, the community that is sick of modders will go, no, you're the bad guy here, you obviously must have wanted to have this money dropped on you, so you're fucked if you do and you're fucked if you don't. But it is really, really hard when you're trying to do missions and earn money legitimately. And, tonight we were having a good run. We had players attacking us. We don't mind doing CEO missions and having other players attacking us. That's the way the game is meant to be. This is why CEO missions exist. It's meant to be basically single-player missions. You in an open world with other players. They get rewarded for trying to sabotage you, you get money for succeeding, and you got to invest your own money, so if you fail, you lose your cash. So it kind of sucks when you're losing that money, because some guy goes, you know what would be really funny? Let's spawn in some jets and make it so he can't be killed and just trash everybody. You lose your money, you lose your hours of gameplay, and every night it gets more and more like a very, very frustrating experience. You end up, me and my friends, we start off having fun, and by the end of the night, everybody's going, oh, fuck this, our game's being ruined here. I've had enough of this shit, done for the night. And off they go. Now, this would normally worry developers, but there's a thing I've noticed in a growing trend with developers, including Rockstar, that it's like, oh, well, they won't want to give interviews discussing the problems with hacking and stuff in their games. And you're like, well, if it's a problem, why wouldn't it be discussed? Why weren't you sort of talking to the community? Maybe somebody out there can have solutions. And I think it's because they don't want the hacking problem solved. That they ban people, and you see people go, on their forums going, oh, I got banned. Went and bought a new copy of game, made a new Steam account. Oh, but I used the same email, so I'm banned again. How do I fix this? And everybody's like, well, you can't, you're a fool. But they can fix it, because they will just... Oh, it's kind of screwed up here. Let's get out the big guns. Oh, so no, maybe not. Oh, that's right, because I can't while I'm in cover. Oh my god, I'm going to die. I'm so foul tonight. I usually get this one on first go, full health. I guess playing and recording a video at the same time is throwing me off. But yeah, when you think about it, it's quite a lucrative business, and you see it in a lot of online games. People are like, oh my god, you know, BattleEye, VAC, all these anti-cheat systems, and there are still people hacking and griefing and shit in them. And the developers say, oh, we care, but they won't address the problem. You see somebody hacking, and it's like, oh, well, they hacked, and they didn't get a permaban right off the bat. You know, at this day and age, everybody knows you don't hack. You hack, you reap the consequences of it. But it's a temp ban. You know, get caught cheating a few times. Oh, then we'll go a permaban, and then it's just it. Make a new account, make a new Steam account. And there are even hack sellers out there that basically sell you a guarantee. Hey, what do they care? I'm paying $70 for my game, but you know what? That hacker in Russia, he can get a copy of it for $20 a piece, because, you know, oh, piracy is bad in Russia, so if we sell it to them cheaper, you know, they'll buy legit copies. And that's not how it works. You know, in Australia, it's like, oh, Australia, they pirate, let's make the games more expensive. You know, that sort of messed up logic. But you think about it, it is extremely lucrative for any business out there to have hackers in their game. Doesn't, you know, what have they got to lose? If they're still making the money, they've got no reason to stop them. And people go, oh no, companies don't know that, wants to ruin their reputation. And it's like, well, it's not really ruining their reputation, because, you know, obviously these people are rebuying the games. They're getting back in. I mean, the ban appeals on Rockstar forums alone, or support groups alone, shows people, oh, I got caught cheating. Yeah, I cheated, but how come I can't play my new game? Well, if they hadn't been idiots and then sort of advertise it, or they were smart enough to, you know, a lot of these ones are kids, you know, spending their pocket money or their mum dad's money on these hacks. And if they had half a brain, they'd know. It's as simple as making a new email, making a new Rockstar account, and then they're back to hacking again. And at $20 a pop, who cares? I mean, getting a modder to give you level 1000 and all the money and guns and things you want in the world, honestly, it's about the same as buying a shark card, and you probably get more benefits from it, and there are just zero consequences. And it's just ruining it for legitimate players. And we get told, go to private servers, but there's the rub, isn't it? If we go to a private match that these people can't join, what happens? Yeah, sure, okay, we can control over who joins, but then it's like, well, we don't have the randoms that we want to play. We want other CEO organisations attacking us while we're doing missions. Oh, but here's the problem too. You know, a lot of the online features are disabled, and money earning methods are disabled if you're on a private server. So the only other option is go and do these single player missions that we've been doing for years, time and time again. And, you know, it gets a bit boring. We want this new content. We want to do, you know, we've got heists and things, but even then, modders can ruin them. You know, you do a heist with some dickhead, finds a way to kick you out of the lobby, and then drops a whole bunch of cash on you. So even those normal single-player places, we're sort of stuck with playing with friends. It's too risky playing with randoms. But yeah, if you take the precautions, there's just no protection for legit players. And and it gets extremely frustrating. You know, the biggest problem is, I think, that they can't, if they legitimately want to stop hackers, I think the big problem is that they need something like a private server system, dedicated servers. That's how most games deal with it, because a dedicated server can see what's being sent and received. But this game, essentially, for all intents and purposes, is a peer-to-peer hosted game. You know, the only is like the social club, and your score, your player profile, and everything is saved on line. But essentially, if I start a mission and invite my friends to join me, they're connecting to me. If I go start a public server, my friends are connecting to me. It might be oversimplifying things, but that's essentially how it works. I mean, that's how it used to work on the 360 as well. You know, if you got a shitty host, then the game would be laggy as hell. And there's just this disregard. I mean, the biggest problem being that this is like an 18-plus game, and there's freaking 12-year-olds playing it. But I'm even seeing, you know, adults. Kotaku actually had an article that I read earlier that came out, I think, 13th of December, where they spoke to two people. They were friends. One was a hacker, one was a guy who spent on shark cards. And the first one was like, oh, well, I'm a legit player because I only use shark cards. Forget the fact that I, you know, buy everything in the game. I didn't have to earn this or that like everybody else. And he somehow felt it made it legit. And he's got this hacker friend who's like, well, I don't really give a hacker, you know, a damn. I taught him how to play legit. And I was like, wait, how's the guy playing legit when he's still using hacks? And it was like, oh, I taught him how to use free aim. That makes him legit. Well, they talked to the hacker friend, and it's all... oh, shit. Oh, you know, got to stop the truck from blowing up again. But, yeah. It's the same sort of nonsense that it's like, oh, but, you know, I cheat to make the game more fun for me. You know, it's this whole me generation of, oh, the game's more fun for me. Who gives a shit how it is for everybody else, though, as long as I'm having fun. But, oh, I only use cheats to get cars and things like that, but I do play legit while I'm using my anti-recoil mods and using my turbo sprint mod and things. And it's like, you know, are you guys even listening to yourselves, for crying out loud? Oh, I'm only using a speed boost and a anti-recoil mod, but, you know, because I free aim, I'm totally legit. And it's like, you've got to be kidding me. And the guy who buys the shark cards is 39-year-old executive, so he's obviously wealthy and stuff. You know, he just makes all these excuses, like it sponsors the company, they bring out free DLC. And as I said, so they should bring out free DLC. You know, people want single-player expansions, and they're not doing it because GTA Online's a cash cow. We want, like, Lost in the Dam, the Ballad of Gay Tony, you know, a Vice City side of expansion. And we ain't getting it. Because there's just too much money to be made from shark cards and hackers buying the game over and over. The DLC, they need the money, come on. They basically became, from this game, the richest game company in the world. Somebody tried to actually make a mod where you could play the game free of Rockstar. Oh, of course the publisher, Take-Two, wasn't having a bar of that. Hurry, we're out of there. Because it cuts into their cash cow. Forget games like Arma 3 and stuff, you know, you buy the base game and you can mod it to hell. There are modded servers. And most people are like, well, I want to play the game modded, I will go to that modded server. Yeah, go away, Bundle Stars. I don't need you popping up on my Steam. I really need to unsubscribe from that. Sorry for that. I'll see if I can blur it out in editing. And a lot of games, due to the modding, they sell more copies. I mean, I wasn't going to pay per how much it was. It was on sale recently due to the winter sale. And I thought, yeah, time's right. I bought it. You know, they've made my money legitimately. It's like Netflix says, if you offer a good service at a price that is realistic, people will buy it. You know, you're going to be less inclined to download things, you know, off of dodgy sites if, you know, you can get it from a legit service at a decent price. You know, I don't mind paying $14 a month. I want to get shows that I can't get normally unless I go through other means, because, you know, geo-blocking, and unfortunately now Netflix has sort of like done the geo-blocking. And it's very true for gaming, but the main problem too is a lot of the stuff you see going on in the game world, or the gaming industry, wouldn't be tolerated in any other industries. It's almost unregulated, and they're a law unto themselves. You know, Australian government did some inquiries to Steam and other companies like, why are you price gouging Australians? And it's like, because we can, lol. And they know there was nothing to do with it. It's like, what are you going to do? You can't come to America and, you know, do anything about it. A lot of the behaviours employed by Rockstar, honestly, I could see somebody being able to argue they're fraudulent, but the problem is nobody's standing up. Everybody's getting sick of it, and you used to hear people say, oh, speak with your wallet, don't support bad practices. And the problem is the people that don't speak with their wallet and have sort of like still that moral are few and far between. And I guess this has sort of become part of the problem due to companies like Microsoft with their Xbox. The original Xbox, you know, they took expansion packs that you used to buy. You used to buy, like, say, you know, again, Quake 2, one of my favourite games of all time. You would buy an expansion, you pay a good price for it, and you would essentially get a completely new game. Now, in terms of Quake 2, you'd probably get 2 new weapons, But you'd get a whole bunch of new enemies, and you would also get, but you'd get a ton of maps and things, and you felt like you're getting your money's worth. You know, Elder Scrolls, you bought the Morrowind, and you got the expansions, Blood Tribunal, and things like that, and they added so much more content to the game and stuff. And people of my age grew up with that. Yay, we win. And unfortunately, those days are long gone. We've got these people now that are you know, below 20 or in their mid-20s now, and they have grown up with this, here's a player skin for $5. It's only cosmetics. It's okay. Oh, it's only $5. Here we go. Or even worse, when they're like $1 and stuff, and it's like, oh, $1 here, $1 there, but it all adds up over time. You get 1 million people giving you $1 every other day. It's not much for that individual, but oh my God, it is easy money for yeah, anybody. You know, it's easy money for these companies. You know, back in the day, people would have laughed at Gearbox trying to sell skins in Borderlands 2. Yeah, pay $1 for a skin that only other players will ever see, and you'll only ever see on your inventory screen. You're paying for the luxury of other people enjoying themselves. And, you know, we used to be able to mod our own games. You know, I could open up Photoshop, make my own skin, customize it. I could get development tools and mod it. And the game companies were like, well, yeah, we can do that because it's making us more money. People will see a game like Action Quake 2 and go, wow, that shit's amazing. How do I play that? And people go, well, buy a copy of Quake 2. So they'd run out and buy their copy of Quake 2, and id Software would make more money. And it is just getting greedy, and I'm just really worried about the future of gaming. There just needs to be something to protect the legit players, you know? Especially those that are paying a premium. You know, if I'm playing 3 to 4 times somebody in Russia because purple, or my location, or this really bizarre sort of idea that, you know, Australians are richer, forget our costs of living, and, you know, our pay rate scaling to how much food and real estate and everything costs. You know, we're not all that rich. We're not all freaking silver spoon in our mouths. And people who are paying a premium for a product, you know, the company should be looking out for us, and it's going to get worse as long as we sort of put up with it. But again, we're outnumbered. You know, as we get older and older, and we older gamers start dying out, we are going to see, yeah, similar, you know, get worse because, you know, these gamers now that are like, oh, DLC, well, oops. Oh, shit, the trailer. I thought that grenade would have been clear, but oh, well, I'll know better next time. But yeah, they're going to raise their kids, and their kids are going to be used to DLC as being the norm. They're going to be used to hacks being normal, and they're going to be, oh, lol, so random, let's go hack and shit ourselves. You know, early access now and green light, gaming has really gone to shit. So even when you do get these AAA titles, it just feels like you're playing some sort of early access scam now. And like I said, I'm not begrudging these developers. Yes, these games take time, money, and resources to make. But once you've made as much money as Rockstar has, it's like, come on, you know. If they were running dedicated servers, you know, I could understand that. That's why Battlefield 3 started renting servers. And it was like, well, in a way I can understand. You're getting a rented server. That costs money. It costs support. You know, sure, people buying second-hand games, they've got to make some money, but there's, you know, got to make money in a way that doesn't screw over the people that have already paid you full price. And in some cases, like I said, these days, it is a lot more common for people to pay for a game 2 or 3 times because they own a couple of consoles. Or like me, you know, had a 360. This came out on 360, so of course I bought it. Then it came out on PC, and oh my god, I'm having a bad night tonight. But hey, you need that money for them CEO missions and things to expand. Oh, that's right, I got a free life this time. I don't know why I didn't get one of those on Titan of a job. Oh well, at least I still got a shot. But yeah, I think it is really, really sad and just a little bit pathetic. Both these people that think cheating and hacking and ruining other people's fun is acceptable. You know, and more games are becoming toxic and cancerous, and we are getting less and less options to do it. I mean, you've got games, you know, PvP games as well. It's the same sort of thing. You play Rust and Ark, and in theory they can be good games, but there is no balance to them. And even then, you know, people are like, oh, instead of playing legit, we'll cheat on them. It ruins it. Everybody's like, huh. Instead of playing the game and having fun from, skill and playing the game, let's have fun by ruining it for other people. Oh, you spend a week, I gave up on Ark after spending like a week in it. And, you spend a week building a base just to have these people that are playing 24/7, no lives. It's like, geez, parents, send your kids to fucking school. Don't give a shit what their social issues are. Oh no, they're ADHD, they can't go to school, my poor little precious. Give them a kick up the arse, that'll fix their ADHD. But no, they'll sit back, let the internet people like myself babysit their kids and put up with their shit. And I was like, yeah, 1 week's worth of work can go in 5 minutes from these overpowered griefers or hackers. And so people go, screw this, I quit. You get no incentive to further support the company or the game. And once upon a time, people would go, oh, we're losing money, we're losing customers, we really need to fix this. But unfortunately, they're not losing money and they're not losing customers anymore. Really zero reason to give a damn. And it is quite lucrative. I mean, go to Rockstar on any given day and do the math. When you see these hackers and they're quite openly like, I know why I got banned. I asked Modder to drop money on me and I got caught. So I am now permabanned because I don't know why, even though it's like the 4th or 5th time I got caught cheating. So I went and bought a new game. And when you look at those people and you see, it's like, go through, count them up, count how many hundreds are like, I bought a new copy of game, getting around the ban system because it doesn't work. And yeah, they're raking it in. They're raking it in, and they say we care about hacking. And it's like, nah, no way. If you cared about hacking, you'd be obviously putting in better anti-cheat systems to counter it. Everybody's gonna die. I need now for the trailer to become unhitched. I guess that's why Mount Salmon sometimes goes to the game, even in single player missions. But yeah, I mean, who in their mind is going to pass up free money? It might, even if, at the cost of their morals. It's like, well, yeah, I might, morally, I'm a bit disappointed my game has turned into this, but hey, you know what? That Ferrari I'm going to buy tomorrow, that'll make everything okay. Oh my god, that's what problem driving this truck by yourself. It can be really hard to aim behind you. Oh, well, you're keeping behind you, you'll be right, hopefully. Almost there. And well, that train will come around the corner and cut me off, or slam into the side of my truck. It's just my luck. But yeah, and to make matters worse is when you see these people who grief and cheat, it's like typical humans, It's like, wait, you're killing me. Boo-hoo. I mean, we have had people that have deliberately hacked the game. Oh no, there we go. That's what I was worried about. Thank you, game. Oh my god, I'm really gonna screw this up, aren't I? And there it goes. Hooray. Oh, and we might wrap it up there, I think. But yeah, seriously, if you watch this video and you're one of these hackers, don't go lol and think, aha, this guy's mad. It's funny, what I was doing worked. Have a think about what you're doing to the games industry. When you're going to get to my age and your skills aren't that good and everything, or you don't have the money to buy your hacks because you finally moved out of your mum and dad's fucking house and got off their tit, you're going to complain. Think about how it would be if somebody came up and punched you in the face and went, haha, that's funny, because that's essentially what you're doing to your fellow gamers. You really, really are. But yes, the game companies like Rockstar, they need to start putting, morals, I think, and standards before making the money. There just becomes a point where, too much profit is enough profit. If anything you make over sales, that isn't a cost, it's a profit. You're making money. And I'm pretty sure they're making more than enough money, but, since it came out on PC, they made like another $500 million. And I'm guessing a great chunk of that comes from shark cards. And when you see these guys that are like, oh, well, I play legit and I play the shark cards, and they say, I'm paying a couple of $100 worth of shark cards at a time, they're raking in the bucks. When you see people buying the game over and over again, when they get caught cheating, they're raking in the bucks, and their anti-cheating systems are obviously not working. I mean, I don't think there is an anti-cheat unless it's something really obvious, because a lot of these mods and hacks and cheats and shit that I'm seeing are have pretty much been around since the Xbox 360. And it's like, come on guys, you know, 3 or 4 years later, or however long it's been, you still got this crap, you know, in the game. Anyway, I want to get that off my chest. I would really, really love to play this game. I don't want to see it turn into Saints Row, because, you know, it's a completely different game with these stupid, ridiculous cars that they're starting to add. Yeah, add fun stuff, you know, add some game modes. Let some of us be cops. Add a CEO mission where, you know, we be cops, and that's why we want to stop the other CEO organisations and things. And, you know, stop, you know, this nonsense with raking in the cash, yeah. Anyway, before I go on more and just go around in circles, more and more and more, yeah, keep gaming, be legit and have fun, and keep it fun for the other people you're playing with especially. And it might seem a bit extreme, but if you really do got to mod the games and ruin it for everybody else, you know, please, 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 please go out and get arse in your cancer and die a slow, horrible death. Because, you know, you're what's wrong with the world. You know, this is why we're getting, you know, people kidnapped and tied up, and people filming it and putting it on YouTube thinking it's funny. Oh, here we go, one of those pausing bits. Yay! Been getting a good frame rate from the old 970 here. Some decent graphics. You know, I think it's saying a lot more as where we're headed as a society as a whole. But yeah, I keep saying I'm going, and I keep rambling on. So, yep, this is Rabid, out. Thanks for watching, and yeah, you know, like and subscribe. I'm going to try and get a bit more regular with the videos. I've now got fibre to the node, woohoo. It's better than the ADSL 2, not as good as the fibre I would want. I'd go faster, but it should make me uploading videos at a better quality, much, much easier than what I was getting before on the shitty ADSL 2 uploads, something like, you know, 750 kilobits a second. Yay. Alright. So yeah, peace out. See you around. Bye bye.